Tech is moving into the world of elder care, promising to make the experience of getting older easier on those doing it, as well as their loved ones. Josh Bruno is the CEO of Hometeam, and he joins us now to discuss his company's mission of using tech to bring comfort to family members who must rely on others to care for their elderly loved ones. And client Tanja Drieding Wallace also uses home care and is here to discuss the care her mother receives from Hometeam. Welcome, Josh and Tanja. Thanks so much for being here. Josh, I want to start with you. I understand you were inspired to start this company because of an experience you had with your grandfather, correct?
That's right. Yeah. First, thanks for having us on the show. You know, a few years ago, I was watching as my family really struggled to care for my grandfather. He lived to be 98, but for 5 years there, it was a frustrating time for us as we decided, do we go to a nursing home? Do we have a caregiver come into the home? Ultimately, I wanted him to be happy and safe in the home, and I wanted to get updates on what was happening. And so that's when we founded Hometeam. Our mission is to create beautiful days for older adults, and we do that by providing professional caregivers who go into the home and help with everything your parents need so that you can stay home, safe, happy, and healthy, and don't have to go to a nursing home.
And what's the high-tech aspect? Every home gets an iPad. What do you do with that?
Yeah, we write our own software that we put on the iPad, and the caregiver is using this iPad to take pictures and give updates real time during the day so that family members, whether they live across the street or across the country, can stay up to date on what's happening.
So they can check in anytime. So Tanja, was this your experience with Hometeam?
I didn't check in the iPad.
You didn't check?
No. I talked to my mother on the phone, so I was basically talking to her to get updates about her.
And tell us about your situation. Do you live far from your mother, or?
Well, my mother actually lives in Switzerland, but I have started renting her an apartment which is 2 blocks from my house, so I can have her close. And you know, she's in a wheelchair, so we made it all wheelchair accessible.
Yes.
And you know, she needs care. So.
And what was your experience with Hometeam?
Oh, it was very satisfying and just a very pleasant experience. I liked every single person I met through Hometeam, so I thought they were very likable people. We have a little bit of experience with this because in Switzerland we have a similar care for my mother. Right. So she has people in Switzerland, but I have to say here in New York, I almost like them better.
Oh, that's great. And so does it somehow help family members stay more involved with their elderly parent or grandparents' care?
Absolutely. You know, we are wanting to connect families. So and I know that you live near your mother here in New York, but for families that live across the country or grandkids that live across the country, you know, we can use the iPad to Skype, to send daily pictures, and really help you stay connected.
Of course, for a lot of people, the most important component is the person actually caring for your parent or your grandparent. Where do you find the aides, and what sorts of qualifications do they have to have? And then after you answer that, Josh, Tanja, perhaps you can tell us what your experience was with the aides.
Absolutely. So we're doing something very different in home care in that we're providing careers for caregivers. You know, in this industry today, there are 2.6 million professional caregivers. They're all incredibly hardworking and they want to help, but ultimately they're not giving training, support, mentorship, a real career path at the companies they work for, and that shows in their ability to do their work well. So we've taken away all of those anxieties, all those troubles. We provide an incredible career path, and I think it shows in the quality of work that our caregivers do.
What qualifications do they need?
So they need a home health aide license.
Okay.
They need to have experience working with the conditions and illnesses that the older adults that are going into the home require. And we also, you know, we use software to match, it's kind of like Match.com actually.
That's great. Why not? Personalities, that comes into play, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And we want to match based on the skills of the caregiver and the requirements of the job with the older adult.
And Tanja, what was your mother's experience with the aides?
Well, she was extremely happy, I have to say. She got ladies to take care of her that really matched her very well.
Oh,
so she was very happy. And she actually is back in Switzerland right now, but she can't wait to come back.
Right. Now, how many cities do you offer Hometeam in right now, or is it all across the country?
Today we offer in 4 cities, and we'll be opening up about 6 to 8 new cities later this year.
And how can people pay for it? Does Medicaid pay for part of it? Insurance?
So in some cases, Medicaid and Medicare will cover home care. Other cases, veterans benefits or long-term care insurance will cover it. And many individuals have to pay out of pocket as well. But we have advisors that work with families to find every possible option for paying for this and make it as affordable as possible.
Well, it is an agonizing decision, isn't it, to decide how to help your elderly parent care for themselves. So I'm sure you weighed a lot of options, Tanja. What was the one thing that really made you decide on Hometeam?
Well, the personal contact I had with Ryan was my advisor, and so I was speaking. Actually, I spoke to him in January, back in January the first time, and he left a very good impression on me. And, you know, when she came back and I needed the care, I called Ryan again, and he was right there, and he called me right back. And, you know, we met the next day, and everything was just so smooth.
So you're happy, your mother's happy, sounds great. Tanja, Josh, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.